Not every anime ends with the good guys saving the day. Sometimes mangakas flips the script and villains ends up winning. Whether you found it absolute justice or a mix of sadness and betrayal, these anime made you question who really deserved to win. Berserk. Griffith's unmatched betrayal. Griffith's betrayal in Berserk is legendary. He sacrifices his most loyal allies, the Band of the Hawk, to ascend into godhood as Femto, a literal god. Even more horrifying is him doing unspeakable things to Cass in front of Guts, breaking him in ways words can't describe. Just like that, no justice, no redemption, just the cold reality of Griffith winning. Newer fans now finally got to see the Berserk Golden Age arc, which was true to the manga and worthwhile at the same time. Griffith's success feels like the ultimate gut punch. Seeing why Guts hates Griffith so much is downright unimaginable for any other anime to do. His ambition cost everything for everyone else, and even in the manga, he hasn't been punished. It's one of the darkest tales of villains winning. Hellsing Ultimate, a psychotic victory. Another anime that ended with the villains winning is Hellsing Ultimate. The villains, Millennium, aim for chaos and destruction, and they get it. They launch a massive war and use Schrödinger to make Alucard disappear for decades. Sure, the good guys technically win in the end. Millennium got what they wanted all along, not to mention the ashes of London they left behind. Watching Alucard struggle, only for Millennium to mostly succeed, leaves you wondering, was this really a victory for the good guys? It's a battle where both sides lost something crucial, but bad guys were ready for it. Cyberpunk Edgerunners, a tragic downfall. Similarly, in Cyberpunk Edgerunners, David and his crew fight against the powerful Arasaka Corporation. But in the end, the corporation sends infamous Atom Smasher, who mercilessly unalives most of the team. Only Lucian Falco survives the onslaught, while David sacrifices himself in a final stand as a sacrificial pawn. The sheer inevitability of Arasaka's power makes this ending hit hard. Whole time, you root for David to win, but the power of corporate control crushes our expectations. Code Geass, Lelouch wins in death. Unlike the corporate kingdoms, Lelouch becomes a single real tyrant king in Code Geass, uniting the world in hatred against him by doing some drastic, unspeakable things. In the end, his death secures peace, proving his villainous actions had a hidden purpose all along, but Lelouch made miracles happen. He wins as a villain while also being the ultimate hero in disguise. Few endings balance tragedy and triumph like this one. Iron-blooded orphans. Villains become heroes. On the other hand, in Mobile Suit Gundam, Iron-blooded orphans, Tekkadan meets a tragic end, being utterly destroyed. Ironically, it's Rustal Elion, the main antagonist, who ends up implementing the very reforms Tekkadan fought for. In doing so, he secures his victory while bringing about the changes the heroes had dreamed of. It's a complicated ending. Rustal wins, but he does everything the heroes wanted, so you can't hate him entirely. Still, watching Tekkadan's sacrifices feel like they were in vain makes the conclusion bittersweet. Shaman King, an unbeatable enemy. In many stories, villain wins because of how utterly unstoppable he is. In the Shaman King reboot, Hao is introduced as an unbeatable foe. He becomes the Shaman King without breaking a sweat. The only reason humanity survives is that our villain decides not to wipe them out after a heartfelt conversation. Hao's dominance makes the heroes feel powerless. It's rare to see the villain be so far ahead that the outcome feels inevitable from the start. Madoka Magica, Rebellion. A twist you'll never forget. Rebellion is different from others. While it initially seemed like Kyubey was the only villain in the film, after Kyubey was defeated, Homura was revealed to have been the true villain who used the events of the story to steal Madoka's position as god and rewrite reality to be with Madoka. She manipulates events to steal Madoka's divine role, reshaping reality into one where she can stay with Madoka. The twist was revealed at the perfect time. Homura, once a loyal friend, turns into the villain out of obsession with her love. Homura, the new villain, completely changed the franchise, and that's what makes the film one of the best anime where the villain wins. Pantheon Stalking, a demon's unhinged victory twist endings are one of the easiest ways villains end up winning, and a great example of that is shown in anime is 2010's Pantheon Stalking with Garter Belt. The anime seemed to have a straightforward ending with the heroes defeating the villains one last time, but everything flips in the final moments. After Pantheon Stalking defeat the villains in what looks like a satisfying resolution, the series pulls a shocker. Stalking is revealed to be a demon. He splits Panty into 660 pieces and scatters them worldwide, completely undoing the hero's work. What makes this moment work is how wildly absurd it is. It fits the over-the-top nature of the series, keeping the tone chaotic instead of bleak. The end of Evangelion. Seal. wins in the worst way. Another older example of an anime ending with the villains winning is the brutal conclusion of the end of Evangelion, Seal, the orchestrators of humanity's collapse, achieving their goal. They initiate the third impact, merging humanity into a single consciousness, making it the weirdest anime endings. Shinji tries hard, but fails to stop it, and in the end, the world is obliterated, leaving only Shinji and Asuka as survivors amidst the ruins. This ending is not only sad, it's a masterpiece of existential crisis. Seeley's twisted ideals leading to the destruction of individuality hit hard. Evangelion masterfully explores humanity's flaws and how, despite everything, even heroes fail in the end. Devilman Crybaby, a complete victory for evil. The Devilman manga is a prime example of a story ending with the villains winning, and almost 50 years later, that was perfectly modernized in 2018's Devilman Crybaby. The modernized version stays true to its source material. Just like in the manga, Devilman Crybaby depicts Akira losing all his loved ones to Satan's forces. And not only did Akira keep fighting Satan, but Almighty God was heavily implied to also be evil and suddenly appeared at the end to destroy the earth. Akira fights desperately against Satan's army, but loses everything he cherishes: his friends, his love, and finally his life. To top it off, God, hinted at being just as malevolent, erases the world entirely, watching Akira's passion and humanity crushed only to feel like evil not only won, but rubbed it in. The modern animation with soundtrack amplifies the despair, making this adaptation unforgettable. And just when you think you've seen it all, the surprises don't stop. If you love isekai anime, you'll definitely want to check out 2025's isekai anime recommendations to watch out for. This list is packed with amazing anime names and their weird worlds you might have already given a watch. Don't wait. Click over and start exploring these epic journeys now.